time for the Gore N More podcast.
Gonna have a good time. Gonna have a good time. Yeah, we're gonna have a good time.
We're going on now.
A ball break, walking hand in hand in the moonlight. We'll be the sweet soul there. I swear we'll never part.
We're going on now.
A ball break, running in the sand, feeling alright.
And what's up, everybody, and welcome to the Gore N More podcast. This is your host with the motherfucking most, TJ Bowser, and joining me as always, your Dark Lord of Knowledge, Chad Chrisman.
What's up, bitches?
And Big Johnny D.
What's going on, Gorehounds?
And the killing machine himself, Bobby Amon.
What's up, killers?
Today is January 13th, 2020, and we have a good one for you today, 1982's The Thing. It is a great classic film, one of Chad's favorite films, one arguably Chad's favorite motherfucking film. It's going to be a good episode. But before we get to that, y'all know what time it is. You know what time it is, Johnny? It's time for the Slice of Life. Johnny D, what did you do?
You know what, man? I had a very, very chill week. Unfortunately, the whole house came down with sickness, so we didn't do much.
Down with the sick.
Yeah, I guess I left that one open for that. So I didn't get to go out and do much. However, I did do something that the four of us all like to do, and that is just sit back and binge cheesy ass fucking horror movies.
Ooh, we like that.
Hell yeah, what you watch, buddy?
So I binged, and I believe our fearless leader, TJ, also has been watching them. The Tremors series.
Yes.
Dude. 1 through 6, baby.
They never get old.
Dude, listen, you know what? They take a little bit of a dive. I feel 3's the worst.
Dude, wait till Island Fury comes out. You're not going to be able to handle it.
See, that was I didn't know if that was actually fully announced yet or not.
Yeah, it's in production.
No, it's, yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
I hope you. They got to get one more out before Bert turns like 75. Dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Dude, he'll make him when he's fucking 90 if he still can.
I like the
Maybe a
introduction
wheelchair.
of Jamie Kennedy to the series. It helps.
dude, so 5 really brought it back. Like, I really enjoyed 5. Like, it was they brought
Bloodlines.
back they brought back the the intensity of it, dude. Like 3, like once, like Chad said in our chat group, once they introduced the term ass blasters.
Yes, number 3. Yeah.
Sounds like a porno film.
Thank you, Sci-Fi Channel. It kind of took a little bit of a turn. Hence, number 4 was right to DVD, and it was a Western. But 4, in my opinion, was better than 3.
Oh,
So 3 was the slump of the series, and obviously, you know, dude, number 1 to this day. Number 1 is great.
3 has
And
a
it's-
special place, though, because it brings back all the actors from the first one.
Listen, I love each and every one of them. I'm not going to dump, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know what they are. Listen, if you're getting into one where there's a 6 series deep, I think we all know, especially once it's just Sci-Fi Channel made and direct to like whatever. Like,
It just doesn't matter.
Right. You take a certain grain with it and you're like, all right, fuck it. Let's just ride this ride. But they were great, dude. Like, I fucking loved them, man. And, my daughter watched them with us the whole time, which I feel like, you know, Tremors is a good, mild enough horror movie to where you can get your young.
It's a creature feature.
You know? Yeah, dude. I mean, it's land jaws, dude. Like, you know,
It's total B movie, but updated B movie.
yeah, but
Yes.
the first one's still great, dude. The first one.
Oh, yeah, no.
like
100%.
the best, like, will always be good. I'm sad the series never got made where they were going to bring back Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, I was upset when they said, "Oh,
Tremors
we're not
40.
doing this now."
Wait, we're waiting
Yeah.
for it. And there's
I mean,
going to be a
number 6
remake, and it's going to be 40 years later, and it's going to be Tremors, and it's going to ignore all the sequels, and it's going to be a direct sequel to the first one. And Danny McBride's going to write it.
God damn it. Hey, you know what? Listen
And
to this.
the only person coming back is Reba McEntire.
Yeah.
If Danny McBride brings back Shriekers, I'll be okay with it, because that was the only thing that made me sad about the last 2.
Yeah.
Because they got rid of the Shriekers.
Yeah, they
I actually
did.
liked
They
them.
weren't in very much.
They were they weren't in them at all. They got rid of them.
No, they were. there
No,
was
they got
one.
rid of them. I just
Oh,
watched
yeah,
them
that's right.
yesterday.
Right, that's right. See, I didn't watch the new ones as much. Like, I like them, but
literally
like,
watched them in 24 hours.
You're crazy, dude.
see, after the 4th one, I kind of
Well, that's fine. No, because they evolved and they were fucking some weird African mutated bullshit strain, which then somehow also
African mutated bullshit strain. That's going to be a new Gore N More t-shirt.
Meanwhile, there was not a lot of snow in that last one. I was expecting a lot more.
It was actually sand that they digitally altered to look like snow.
I love how like they were just like, wait, where's all the snow? They're like, oh, it's a heat wave.
Motherfucker.
But and then I watched one other one, which I would like to bring up more so at the end of the podcast, because it actually involves the movie we're going to review.
Kinda,
but
not really. But not really. By no means, but not really.
Similarities I would like to point out and note,
but no universe, universe.
No, definitely
no. It is after watching it is not a shared. And universe. If anybody knows what we're talking about, I'm sure you do.
Yes.
Anyways,
Bobby.
Yes, Bobby. How's your slice of life, buddy?
My slice of life was wonderful. I finally started work on Jason this past weekend.
Woo!
I got a few test appliances made. I mean, they're not really good at the moment, but they're just a test to see where I can place shit. And then I was watching The Thing all last week, and I watched it before, and I have it on now. It's one of my all-time favorites. So, other than that,
top 5.
Oh yeah, but other than that, same old shit. I'm just ready to get into this. So my slice of life is very short tonight. TJ, what about you, boss?
You forgot about the little guy.
Oh, we can still. Why can't we end it on?
Why can't we do? Yeah, why can't we?
Okay, we'll end it on save the best for last. I see how it is.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so this week I recorded a podcast with Mick where we talked about the original ending for Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3.
Which is better.
I got to share it. Yes, which is better. So I got to share a really cool moment where Mick hasn't watched the movie for, let's just say, an X number of years.
Would you say 20 years?
Yeah, something like that. Had to have been close to that.
Ballpark.
And his reaction to it, watching the ending again, really got him all fired up. And there's a really cool thing where he's like, "The Saw is family," and I was just like, "Yeah." It was cool.
Hell yeah.
I did a lot of weird research into slasher history, and I found a group of movies that share the same killer, has no connection, other than the fact that it's like they all are paying homage to each other. It's really strange.
And none of them are super famous. So
yeah, they're all very obscure movies. So that's something that we might dive deep into at a later point. I know the boys are definitely interested in it's films that nobody will even really ever touch on. And that's something that we strive here for at Gore N More is, the less looked at, the less appreciated, and the less, remembered classics.
Yeah, that worked.
Pretty much.
No matter the poop or
listen, man, we like to
shine
scrape
factory.
The bottom of the barrel, dude. You know what I mean? That's fine.
We like to scrape like this, like if there's like a fond that has formed at the bottom of the pan, and we have to scrape it. So we're like kind of like adding water and butter and flour, and we're gonna make a nice gravy.
Although I do want to add that sometimes the bottom of the barrel movies have the best nude scenes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
That's true.
They got to make up for it in somehow.
Which apparently, remember that the only thing that this podcast is about boobs.
That's true.
That's true.
And since we're talking about boobs, let's talk about Hot Tits Captain Marvel.
Hot Tits Captain Marvel.
Tits Brie Larson.
Can we talk about the lack of Captain Marvel action figure sales and how like you don't see any kid playing with them?
I see him stockpiled over at Five Below.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That definitely worked well, didn't it?
No surprise.
Okay.
I haven't been paying.
But you know what? Chad, how was your slice of life, buddy?
Yeah, my slice of life is kind of boring, actually, so I didn't mind getting skipped over and left for last. I worked last week. My niece's birthday party was Saturday, so we went to that, and then right straight from there, I had to go up to the in-laws, drop the kids off. Then it was my company's Christmas party, because apparently they felt the need to wait till the last minute to schedule it, and they couldn't get anything until January.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that when you were like, it's our holiday party, and I was going to be like,
you're like 12 months in advance. Or you're 1 month late.
Yeah, it's
I'm
our,
like, what
it's our
holiday,
party,
dude?
yeah.
Like President's Day? Like, what the?
No, Valentine's Day. We're doing it a month early.
God damn it.
Yeah.
So yeah, me and the wife got to get dressed up and spend some time with my coworkers, and we had a nice time. And then
Did anybody wear Christmas stuff?
No. God.
Chad drank too much. He took 6 shots. 6 shots. 6 shots.
I shot him in the heart.
But yeah, other than that, just playing some Witcher 3. I think I'm at the end of that.
Okay.
I think after that, John, I think I'm going to go back and replay Ghostbusters.
Oh, it's so much fun.
Did you get the remastered, or are you rocking just the
Oh,
OG?
I forgot to tell you guys something. Jerk the Curtain got a radio position in Memphis for wrestling.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
All
on a radio
right.
station. Forgot to tell you about that. Corey told
2
me the other
thumbs
day.
up, buddy.
Yeah.
Is that still? I didn't even. When was the last time you guys made an episode?
2 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago. But we've been getting things back in the. We've been getting things back, in the just of recording again and getting used to it again. And Corey brought it up to a couple people at a local wrestling promotion, and the guy had just happened to run a radio station and was super heavily interested in Jerk the Curtain and offered us sponsorships and stuff. So.
Nice.
What? Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
The highest rated and most listened to podcast on the Dewback Network will return.
Bum, bum,
I don't know
bum.
how it is. It has the least amount of episodes. We do an episode once a month, and
Apparently, you wrestling fans are just fucking vapid for that shit.
It must be. Holy shit.
Anyway, review time.
Tally ho!
Let's get this rolling.
Okay, so folks, we got another banger, a slapper, a diddly do for you today. 1982's The Thing, directed by Les Jean Carpentier, written by Bill Lancaster.
That threw me off. I like
For
that.
a minute.
Produced by David Foster, Lawrence Turman, starring Kurt Russell as R.J. MacReady, not to be confused with macaroni and cheese that is ready.
Is it MacReady or is it McCready?
McCready.
It's MacReady.
You just read it wrong.
Wilford
MacReady.
Brimley, diabetes guy, as Blair. Keith David as Childs. T.K. Carter as Knowles. I prefer the first name as a character. David Clennon as Palmer, not to be confused with Rosie. Richard Dishart as Doc Cooper.
Copper.
Dies hard.
Coxhard. Charles Hallahan as Norris. Peter Maloney as Bennings. Richard Master as Clark, not Griswold. Donald Moffat as Gary. Joel Polis as Fuchs.
Fuchs.
Thomas Waits as Window.
I see Chad just like nerd raging in the back, dude. I can't even see it, but I can see the vein on the side of his head. Just
Thomas waits patiently as Windows. Music by Ennio. I'm gonna murder this last Italian name.
No. It's Ennio Marconi.
Marconi. Cinematography by Dean Cundy. Cundy. Edited by Tom Ramsey. Distributed by Universal. Released June 25th, 1982. Of a runtime of 109 glorious minutes. Budget of $15 million. Gross $19.6 million. And Chad, say the catchphrase.
Suck me beautiful.
Oh, we're getting
Hello, 2020.
Changing it up.
I was trying to catch you guys off guard.
This is U.S. Station 31. You read me?
Guys, we're picking up a weird signal.
We need some help down here.
It's an SOS.
Everybody hear me? We found something. We found something. We found something.
Men had just discovered something. For 100,000 years, it was buried in the snow and ice. Now it has found a place to live. Inside. Where no one can see it, or hear it, or feel it.
I know I'm human. Some of you are still human. This thing doesn't want to show itself. It wants to hide inside an imitation. It'll fight if it has to, but it's vulnerable out in the open. If it takes us over, then it has no more enemies. Nobody left to kill it. And then it's won.
You guys gonna listen to Gary? He can beat one of those things!
Now, one thing that has been around since the beginning of our show is showing the trailer audio. And, you know, it never made much sense to me, but it's just kind of like a part of the show.
It was your idea.
I know. But like,
Listen, sometimes it works.
yeah.
So, and then sometimes it just doesn't.
You know, like the 3-minute fucking slasher trailers that have nothing but context and visual cues.
Yeah, right.
Doesn't really translate well to audio-only content.
But the funny thing is, not a single person has complained about it.
Speaking of content and new content, Chad and I would like to announce a new project that we are working on. You guys can expect by the beginning of February. That's a reasonable amount of pre-production time.
yeah.
Anyway, every Tuesday, we will be presenting a new podcast featuring Chad Chrisman, myself, and maybe a rotating guest or two featuring your Gore N More boys for a podcast called The Coroner Report, where each week we will sum up a news roundup of horror films, video games, comics, and anything else related to scary shit. We will be transitioning into a video show for that eventually. And Gore N More will be an audio only, while that will be a video only show that will be recorded Mondays prior to Gore N More. Just wanted to give you guys that little bit of knowledge, and stay tuned on dobackdiscussion.net for any more information, and on our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Moving on to the podcast. Plot rundown. I'm going to give it to you boys, this one nice and softly. Now, what would you guys say about the plot rundown before we... you guys were discussing it pre-show?
What did we say?
You guys said something about the plot rundown, or were you guys discussing the other film that we'll talk about later?
That was the other film.
Okay. So in the midst of the Antarctican snowfall, the scientists and workers of a small American research base are shocked when a helicopter begins to circle their camp, chasing and shooting at a dog. When the helicopter is destroyed and the passengers are killed, the dog is let into the base, and the Americans begin to wonder what has actually happened. The helicopter has Norwegian markings, must be of the Norwegian base, not too far from their own. A team of Americans are sent to the Norwegian base to find out what has happened. On arrival, they find the place has been totally destroyed. They also discover a mangled body that looks as though has once of a person, which they bring back with them for further study. It is only then that the clues begin to add up. The dog morphs horribly into a strange creature that attacks the researchers. They manage to fight it off, but they come to a terrible conclusion. An alien with the power to transform and take the appearance of anybody else is amongst them. Who is infected already? Who can be trusted? Helicopter pilot R.J. McReady sets out to find the answers to exactly that.
Dude, killing me with this. You're fucking killing
R.J.
me with this
McReady.
pronunciation, man.
I'm going to re-listen to this episode, and I'm just going to be screaming into a car, be like, no, it's fucking McCready.
McReady and fucks.
Fucks McCready.
My daughter was watching it, and she was whispering, she's like, it's Fuchs. She's like, it's Fuchs. And I was like, she's like, I'm going to call the monsters Fuchs now. And I was like, okay. So every time the monster's on screen, she's like, it's Fuchs. And I was like, why are you whispering this to yourself? So fucks it is. Chad.
Well,
Chadwick.
like always, we have a lot to get into, but
We have a thick.
discuss
Let's
it.
do a roundup. You know,
Let's
let's
discuss before we before we get behind
Right,
the
jump
scenes.
into this pile.
Yeah, let's discuss
gonna
that.
be
Like I
fun.
said,
All
this
right.
is-
Well, I'll take point. It was my pick. Obviously, I love this movie. I
think everybody does.
Yeah. I feel like you guys probably could already tell how this whole cast is going to go. There's going to be a lot of rubbing and tugging, soft, sensual kissing around John Carpenter's neck.
That's exactly how the movie goes.
That's right. No, man, it's great, dude, and it blows my mind that it wasn't awesome when it came out, but at the same time, there's so many underappreciated movies that get a following way down the road, and I'm glad this one did. And I know John Carpenter is as well. But you know, it even take out the creature of it, which makes it amazing. the movie in itself is still great. Just the whole paranoia aspect. That's what actually that's what I love. Creature features. Obviously, I've been watching them all fucking week. But it's, just like the tension in between the crew, everything, man. I always love that whole movie. And it doesn't matter. Like, this probably just like you guys. I didn't have to watch this for this week, but I totally did.
Oh, sure. Yeah, definitely.
Just to appreciate it. But gentlemen, let's hear what your thoughts.
Well, yesterday I got up early to make sure I had enough time to watch this before the family woke up. Because I went to sleep, it was like 2:30 in the morning the night before. I wake up 8 o'clock, I'm like, oh shit, I'm watching the thing before anybody else gets up.
Yeah.
But they slept a little bit longer. But this is one of those movies where I can actually still remember the first time I saw it. I was probably about 7 or 8 years old. We used to go to parties that my parents' friends would have, and we'd all just sit around and watch movies. And then the kids would go play, and then the adults would drink, get fucking high, whatever the hell it is they did.
Have swingers parties and swap.
I don't think they did that. But it was at one of these parties that I watched this for the first time, and it always stuck in my head. I've always loved it. Like I said, that was probably the very first time it was even on home video. It stayed with me. I cannot believe that this movie tanked the way it did. I understand why it did, because it was the same summer that E.T. came out. And people flocked to see movies about a nice alien and didn't want to see movies about an evil alien.
Yo, sidebar on that. E.T. fucking sucks, dude.
E.T. fucking sucks. E.T. fucking phone home, bitch.
That movie is terrible. We watched, me and my family watched that like, I don't know, terrible. 4 months ago, because for some reason I had the DVD, like I won it at a fucking fair or some bullshit. And I was like, oh, you know what? We never watched it. So I unopened it. And I was just like, you know what? I don't think I've ever watched this movie from start to finish, and there's a reason why.
I am shocked.
And you just discovered your reason why.
Yeah. But Bobby, unless Chad, you got more to say. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
This is just another movie that I can watch over and over again and not get tired of.
Much agreed. This is that movie that I literally every winter, I think I watch twice a week.
Oh, this is
Jesus.
This like, whenever we have a really bad snowstorm when we're snowed in, I watch this movie.
Like I literally, sometimes what I do, I told another friend this. Literally, what I do is I'll put it in the DVD player. It'll stay there. I'll forget about it. I'll be like, oh, let me see what I got in here tonight. I go to the thing. I'm like, perfect. Put it on. I don't even have to switch it. And I remember the first time I saw this. Afterwards, I remember going, this is a great fucking alien movie. This might be maybe because I'm a huge Carpenter fan, so maybe a little biased. I love the movie Alien, but I like this just a bit more because there's no definitive look for the alien.
Oh, yeah.
I have a question for you guys. So 2011's The Thing, which is supposed to be a prequel to this. Why do they not speak Norwegian?
Because they didn't want to have the whole movie subtitled.
4 of them do.
I was going to say, I thought some of them did.
Yeah.
There was only 2 American. There was only 2 English.
Norwegian.
There was one guy didn't speak English at all. I remember the driver.
And that was the guy that in the beginning of this one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The one who was the one who got blown up first, or the guy
the one who
was
was shooting.
Gotcha.
You don't got me, John. You don't
I would like to
got
say,
me.
This is a movie where if you have friends that say they're not big horror fans, but they want to start getting into it, this would be a good introductory movie to the horror genre.
I agree.
I get really. I mean, I guess I would have to ask. It depends on where they want to go, because I feel like I always lean a little bit more towards slashers to introduce.
Yeah, nobody can truly appreciate a slasher till they understand the slasher.
Like I said, this is a good introductory horror movie.
Yeah.
So is Alien.
I feel. Now, Bobby, that's what I was going to say. Did you bring that up? Because I feel like that was brought up in our discussion group earlier, maybe it was our chat group.
Yeah, I think it was. I mean, I love Alien. Don't ever get me wrong. I love this because you don't know what's it going to look like when it comes out of somebody. What is it going to be? It gave you that sense of what are we actually getting out of this? It's a shapeshifter. It changes person to person. limb to limb, literally. So I always liked that fact that there was literally a different monster for everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I know when Carpenter made this, he says, I don't want a guy in a suit.
I was hoping you'd bring that up. Yep.
Like this has to be an alien. I don't want a guy in a suit going around saying he's an alien. No, this has to be it, which in retrospect for Alien, that's what it was, but that's the design.
And by the way,
well,
I'd just like to touch on, you said John Carpenter didn't want a man in a suit thing. To this day, he hates the poster because of that. Because that's what's kind of implying.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've heard that.
Really? I always took it that it was more of a reference to the original, the thing that comes from outer space or whatever.
That's kind of what he was going for.
We're going to talk about that too later, but that's later on.
When Drew Struzan did the poster, he had no clue what the monster was supposed to look like, so he just did a very generic form for it.
See, I love the cover of that shit.
Oh, I like it too.
I like it too, but I get it because it's what Carpenter was not going for.
Right.
And we know how Carpenter can be. If you don't like it, you don't like it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is kind of a little bit of his own love letter to it. Like, he said that in the documentary I watched on the fucking when I watched it yesterday. Because like you just said, he loved it, but the only thing he wished he could change it was just that human aspect of it.
Yeah.
Like
I said, that's why this is one of my favorite Alien movies. It changes.
Yeah.
So this movie is easily above a 10. And as we all know why it didn't, 2 weeks after E.T. came out. Yeah. Okay. E.T. got that. We get it. But this should have been a big blockbuster hit. It should have been.
Do you think having an all-male cast affected it at all? Like, I actually like that aspect of it.
Oh, I love that aspect, but the critics picked it apart.
It's clearly a sexist film that just tries to suppress women by not even including them. I mean, it's so not progressive and it's so behind its time.
Sure, we'll go with that.
I think we need an all-female cast remake.
The funny thing is, and I've had this in my notes too, I might as well just mention
Brie Larson
you
directing.
mentioned the all-male cast. It was also an almost entirely all-male crew. There was one female crew member who left production because she was pregnant.
Yeah. So
was that the girl that made the spaceship?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was.
Okay.
I mean,
nice.
On a personal note, I don't really think it was made to work out that way. The cast,
no, I think
yes,
that was
but
just
the crew,
coincidence.
no, I don't think so.
Nope, John Carpenter hates women. Yep.
You heard it here first. Heard it here first, everyone.
You hear that, Deborah Hill? He doesn't even like you.
Dude, she's dead.
Oh.
Wow. Oh. Whoops. Okay, move on.
Well, she just turned over in her grave because she just realized that she didn't like men. Okay, continuing.
Well, you know what? Unless, you haven't said your thoughts yet, TJ.
Yeah, we're waiting for you, buddy.
It's a good movie. Continuing.
Oh, wow.
Well said. Well said.
Not much to say. You guys pretty much touched on everything. I love the film. Other than the fact that John Carpenter's like a hardcore like anti-feminist and hates women and oppresses women by not including them in the cast. I mean, I bet you those were all male dogs too.
You know what could make this movie better?
What?
CGI.
Oh,
no, fuck off. No.
What if it was CGI mixed with practical effects?
No.
Wait, you're not letting me finish.
Rob Bottin did a damn. No, I'm not having this debate.
Bobby's gonna log off right now.
I'll be like,
I don't care. I'm just saying, what if they met you in the middle and made another one, but they actually gave you like a subtitle, so they didn't call it The Thing, so we have to fucking devise it by each year it comes out.
Oh, kind of like the stupid Halloween movies.
Thank you. Yes. You think they would have fucking learned from this travesty of a fucking pile of a remake? A remake of a remake, I should say.
Remake of a remake of a remake of a remake of a remake.
I'm sorry,
reboot of a retelling.
Remake, prequel, reboot. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, there we go.
It was like all three of them. But no, that was. I feel like if they mixed, then they had like 99% practical effects, and then maybe added like a little bit of CGI. And this is why I say CGI, Bobby. And I know you're gonna shake your head, blah blah, blah, but to help get rid of the wires and shit like that, just to clean it up a little bit.
All right, aspect
It is
like that-
2020, man. You could use the fucking tech.
An aspect like that, fine. But
All right.
I don't know, for just personal thing, every movie I've seen where they've tried to mix them.
Ooh, Cardi
Personally,
B's
I've
running for
never-
Congress.
I've never seen them get it right.
Okay, how
That's
about
just me.
how about this? They use CGI to finish the scene where they use stop motion instead. That would have shown what happened to Knowles at the finale of the movie.
That's fine. That's fine. Actually, they didn't even shoot that. They just illustrated his death.
Wait, Knowles?
What?
You didn't even see anything. He just walked away.
No, he had an original death.
Yeah.
They called it the box
Oh.
monster.
Yeah, the Blair box or
But-
something like
so
that. Yeah.
there was supposed to be more. They never shot his death, and that's why it is the way it is.
Yeah, that one made me a little mad, but at the same time, there's a lot of like ambiguous shit in this movie. So,
Like
you
the
know.
lack of female cast.
So yeah, we need more girl power.
Yeah, we're back. That little
We-
weird pause is because the FBI started to, what would we call, record us.
They found my dead bodies.
They found them. The lime stopped making them smell bad. Okay. Guys, where were we?
yes, sir.
Oh, John's anti-feminist casting thing. Okay.
Yes.
Les Carpentier, as his close friends called him, but you guys wouldn't know that.
You know, I honestly think the wolf dog in the beginning. I believe that was a female. So-
We can't be for sure. We need a
Actually,
genital
it
check.
wasn't.
What?
It was a male, had nuts.
His name
Was
was,
it?
I think, Ned.
Ned.
Ah,
Remember-
We can't
there you
assume
go.
gender
His
from
name
just
was
name
Ned
because it is
Jed.
2020. But
the name of the dog was Jed.
what if
Okay, it was close.
what if the dog like identified as a female though?
The dog
I think
identifies
it identified
as a bitch.
more as a
Yeah.
wolf than a dog.
Yeah. Okay, so oh my god, we're going into a talk about fucking dead Deborah Hill now and John Carpenter being an anti-feminist and hating women. It's
With a
this
sweet
episode's
mustache.
getting off the rails.
Yeah, that's completely why he pretty much invented the idea of a final girl. 'Cause he
Ah,
hates women.
yep,
Yep.
exactly.
Totally.
Hates women.
He wants them to be virgins.
I mean, that's the purpose of horror, is to oppress women. Okay, okay, that's enough. That's enough. We're done.
Please.
Okay, we're getting too deep in here. Okay,
Gore
okay.
N More, do not.
We love women, clearly. We have a whole section about how beautiful they are.
We're going to hell. We're just going to hell.
You knew that. You're knowing that now, dude.
I knew that when I was born.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was discovered a long time ago.
So,
Anyways,
So
do you have any little notes over there?
yes, I have lots of many notes. I'll have to pick and choose. There's too much to go through. John Carpenter has stated that of all of his films, this is his personal favorite.
How dare you?
I'd agree.
Halloween.
I think that's why he took it so personally too when it failed, is because it was his favorite.
No, honestly, I can say I like The Thing better than Halloween.
Oh yeah,
What?
Yeah, I'm sorry, bud.
Halloween
This
is
is
a
sorry.
very close second for me though, as far as
Yes.
Carpenter
This
films.
is definitely one of my favorites.
Watch what you say, Bobby, when you see the shrine that is Michael Myers behind you.
It's true.
I don't see a shrine of the thing.
Hold on, wait a minute. I love The Thing. Halloween is my number one, but this is easily number two.
Yeah, but there's a distinct lack of the Thing merchandise out there.
Yes.
I have some of it.
There's not much. There was 2 McFarlane Movie Maniacs figures, and was it Sideshow put out one?
No, it was another company.
Oh shit!
They put out a box set of McCready and the Dog.
Yeah, and that's really about
Well-
what we got.
Wait. So that thing that I remember that stupid toy commercial I sent you guys earlier in the week.
Yeah.
Was that? I wonder if that was legit. Because I would love to have that little action set.
Toy.
Did you not catch that, dude? It was like legit 1980s commercial with kids playing with like fucking The Thing toys.
Oh,
and, like,
yeah.
a little play set and shit.
Oh, that was fake. That had to have been fake.
Why do you gotta upset me like that, Chad?
Okay, so the movie's
Let me
also become a
dream.
part of the culture in Antarctica. It is a long-standing tradition in all British Antarctic research stations to watch The Thing as part of their midwinter feast and celebration held every June 21st.
Fuck yeah.
Love that.
I feel like that needs to be written in the contract. Like you will be given time to watch The Thing.
Given time, I'll take time.
No, they're getting paid to do it.
The score was actually nominated for a Razzie Award, but it's since been considered a cult classic after that.
I actually like the score.
I love it. I own it. I have a couple different.
Yeah, I have the CD too.
To give the illusion of icy Antarctic conditions, interior sets on the LA soundstage were refrigerated down to 40 degrees Fahrenheit, while it was well over 100 degrees outside.
And they all got sick.
Yep.
Yeah, because they all kept going out in fucking winter gear.
Oh my God. I wonder if the FBI tried to record us because we were talking about dead bodies and Bobby's line stopped working.
Oh.
That was before I said anything.
Yeah. Oh.
The opening title attempts to replicate.
Wait, I wonder if we're quiet, we can hear the guy breathing. Oh my God! Okay.
Spooky.
The opening title attempts to replicate the appearance of the original Howard Hawks film. To create the effect of the title, an animation cell with "The Thing" written on it was placed behind a smoke-filled fish tank, which was covered with a plastic garbage bag. The bag was ignited, creating the effect of the title burning onto the screen.
Ah, that's cool. I like it.
I love that effect so much.
This actually opened the same day as Blade Runner. Both the movies, the similarities don't end there. The movies met with unfavorable reactions at the box office, but became widely popular in the years after.
Ah.
Okay.
But thankfully, there's only really one version of the thing, where there's like 5 different versions of Blade Runner.
This is true.
Okay, so at around 15 minutes, the dog wanders down a hallway and wanders into a person's room. But you don't see who the person is, you just see their shadow. John Carpenter purposely left that ambiguous and did not use any of his actors for that part.
Okay.
So the person casting the shadow is not any of the actors in the movie.
I figured it was what's his name on the couch that first turns?
Palmer,
yeah.
Yeah.
I figured it was Palmer or Norris just because of the hair. They both had really curly hair.
When I saw the hair, I thought more of Palmer because it was just a little bit bigger.
Well, I was just thinking Palmer because I have no idea when else he would have gotten turned. You know what I mean? Like,
about how he was favored by Carpenter and also used by Robert Zemeckis.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, also by Rick Rosenthal for Halloween 2.
Did I just hear Robert Zemeckis?
Yeah, Dean Cundey is a favorite of John Carpenter's. What's that?
Dean Cundey.
Dean Cundey. Cundey.
Yeah.
A favorite of John Carpenter's. He was also used by Robert Zemeckis, and he was also used by Rosenthal on Halloween 2.
Yeah. I mean, he's pretty much part of the whole like little Carpenter party that he brings to like all his movies.
He is, and
right?
I think he's fantastic. I think he did a phenomenal job on this one, which we'll get into more when we talk.
I need to
finish.
finish. I'm glad we're watching one of the other trilogy, but I want to finish the John Carpenter's. Bobby, what was it called again? I'm sorry.
Prince of Darkness.
No, the trilogy type. Like, what was the?
It's the Apocalypse trilogy. The Apocalypse trilogy.
Oh, okay.
Everything has something to do with the end of the world in some form.
Word. So all very nihilistic movies, pretty much.
Yes,
pretty much.
Nice.
They're all wonderful.
Right. Well, I'll have to see when I'll have to judge when I see them, but I'll take your word for it.
Good boy. Smart boy.
Okay, so anyhow, in the DVD commentary, John Carpenter said Wilford Brimley was the only cast member not made squeamish by the autopsy scene where they used real animal organs.
Well, it's because he's used to pricking his finger from the diabetes.
Actually, it's because he's an actual cowboy.
Oh. Did he get diabetes
from what?
He did. He got diabetes from dissecting the animals.
Okay, so
Wilford
that
Brimley.
explains Wilford Brimley.
I love his deliveries in this movie.
Yeah, he's like,
great.
it's not me because I got diabetes. And then he's like, let me out of here with my diabetes.
That's one of my favorite parts is where he's just sitting there eating the sandwich and you're looking in, you see the noose hanging in front of him, dude. And he's just like, I'm ready to come in now.
Okay, and
they were laughing in the commentary at that scene. It's so hilarious.
That's what makes me think, and I've read a lot of different things, people saying that he was like the first person to become the Thing, and he felt himself becoming the Thing. That's why he kind of trashed the whole equipment. But I don't think he was actually assimilated by the Thing.
I disagree with that.
He wasn't assimilated by a Thing until after he was locked up in that shack, because why else would that noose have been hanging there? He was going to kill himself.
Right. Yeah. He was going to kill himself, and then he turned.
Yep.
And then I think he was turned when he was eating the sandwich already. Like at that point, he had that very like just mellow,
because he was really
just
he had a
chill.
real calm demeanor. He was already the Thing there.
And I think at that point he knew, because why would you be like, I'm okay, it's okay. I just
Well, he didn't
I'm a
know.
swell
That's the
guy. I'm
thing.
an okay guy.
I mean,
there's two people when we're done with these that I want to bring up, and I have to hear your opinion on this. But keep going.
keep going. Well, let's see. No. Going back to the Brimley, I just got to say, like I said, I thought he turned at that, but the whole trashing thing, I just think it was, like I said, he was the first one to really just realize, like, yo, man, they need to stop it now, and they can't risk bringing in anybody else to potentially spread this thing.
He knew at that point there was none of them were going to get out alive.
Right, and that's why he just went fucking AWOL, dude, and that scene was great too.
At around 5 minutes in, the female voice on McCready's computer was Adrienne Barbeau.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody knew that, though. That's old.
They were married at the time, I believe. Him and
John Carpenter.
Or her and Carpenter.
Did Carpenter hate her as well?
Well, he hates all women. So
okay, just making sure.
But how can you really hate a woman with boobs that nice? 1982, Adrienne Barbeau had some fantastic titties.
Continue, and we'll pull them up here for you guys.
I say, if it's quiet, it's all because we're all just daydreaming at this.
We're much too good to allow for white space in these podcasts. Yeah. We're probably drooling or looking at titties. I promise.
Chad.
One of the Bush pilots used in the film that flew the helicopters offered to crash one of their helicopters for extra money.
Yeah.
Titties on
no shit.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
That's awesome.
And
how much
also
money?
There's a scene where the helicopter takes off and it wobbles a little bit. That's actually Kurt Russell took the controls. That's why it wobbles the way it does. It's really very noticeable.
Yeah, he's even guys like,
Yep.
Got it now.
TJ's
That
actually looking up
motherfucker's
her
got the
boobs right
sweetest hat ever, and I want it.
I love that hat, dude.
Right?
In
I remember in the
1984, before
commentary,
its
he always
release,
says, like, I came on this movie and the hat was already in the script. I had to learn to love it.
There we go. She's got some nice areola
I told you,
nipple
man.
ratio. That's quality.
the international version of Swamp Thing, she does a topless scene.
Is there any pickle biting?
Titties. All right, well, I'm calling this quits. See you
In
later.
1982, before its release, Fangoria magazine had a contest. People were asked to draw the thing to see if anybody could guess what it was going to look like, and the winner won a trip to Universal Studios. I'm guessing nobody won.
It's kind of tough to tell.
Keith David wears gloves throughout the whole film because he took a picture. Because he because he broke one of his hands in a car accident, and it was in a cast.
And it was a stolen car, nonetheless.
I didn't have that.
Yeah,
Nick Nolte turned down the role of McCready, as did Jeff Bridges. Bill Lancaster wrote the script with Harrison Ford and Clint Eastwood in mind for the lead role.
Oh, well, that would have been fucking swing.
Clint Eastwood in that role. That would have been interesting.
That would have been. I can't picture anybody else.
Get the flame.
Yeah, I cannot picture anybody but Kurt Russell.
Are you one of the aliens? Are you feeling?
I just
want
want to. I want to see.
Which one of you?
I want to see Clint Eastwood with that like fucking beard and mane, dude. Like that would be.
That would be pretty cool.
Okay,
you guys are black. You guys went dark, man. We can't see you.
What?
We can see.
What?
You.
We can see you just fine. You know what? Keep recording. You know what? You what?
There you are.
Yeah.
All right. Go on with some facts. Let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Figgity facts.
You can't use the word fig. That's offensive. Okay.
To what? Newtons?
Newtons, exactly.
When the film first aired on U.S. network televisions, Universal executive Sid Sheinberg provided a completely different cut of the movie, which included early scenes introducing each character. Naturally, this version was disowned by Carpenter, but can be seen on the Scream Factory release.
Ooh.
It also has a ending where it shows a dog running away from the camp.
And then
So it implies the thing survived.
isn't that how the 2011 one ends? Is with the dog walking towards this camp?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, 'cause it had to set up this one. Which, by the way, I'm kind of getting the feeling that they intended to make a sequel to The Thing at some point after that movie, because it kind of leads into the possibility that she was going to go to the American camp and find at least one of them still alive.
Ah, so like her and Kurt Russell get together, and then I don't know.
Right.
What there was a comic book based on a sequel for this movie. It's actually pretty gnarly.
By the way, and this is also in my notes, the PS2 Xbox video game, The Thing, is canon.
Yep, 2002.
Carpenter
It
acknowledged
is technically a
it's
sequel.
Yep. So McCready did survive.
Which,
Mac Ready.
Yeah, Mac Ready.
Did he? Are you sure? Because I thought that was he was the one body that was found in the beginning, which leads to big questions later.
No, because the end of the movie, you're rescued by McCready.
You mean the game?
Or the game, yeah, sorry.
Oh.
If I remember correctly.
I haven't personally played it. I would love to find it.
I remember
play it
you
again.
find Childs' body. He's still at the camp.
Okay. I did watch the trailer for it the other day though, because when we were talking to RoboFuck about it, because he didn't even know it existed.
That was a fun game.
What was that?
That was a fun game.
I wish they remastered it, dude.
Yeah,
I would buy it in a heartbeat.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Like you can't even get it digitally on PC because when it came out was 02, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was just fucking physical copy at that point. So.
Okay, guys, what are we? I think that's enough notes.
Oh wait, I got a couple more.
Yeah, put some bangers in there.
The TJ, you'll like this. About an hour, 4 minutes in, a diopter split focus lens was used in several shots of the scene with McReady and Fuchs in the lab. McReady standing in the doorway in the background of Fuchs sitting at the desk in the foreground. They're both in sharp focus. It would have been impossible to do in camera without a split focus lens, and Brian De Palma uses that technique himself.
Oh, okay. I know exactly what scene you're talking about now.
I knew you'd like that. You're a big camera lens fan.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Let's see. What else do I have here? Okay. This, I said, would mention. One of the long-running arguments about the film is the question of who sabotaged the blood supply and how. While the argument usually centers around the key to open the blood refrigerator, this is actually a red herring. Like all refrigerators, the blood refrigerator maintained a seal using a soft rubber bumper or a gasket that pressed between the body of the fridge and the door. When the team goes to get the blood, it's only starting to flow out from the bottom of the door, showing that the damage had been done very recently, and most of the blood is still inside. If the door had been cut open to cut the bags, most of the blood would have flowed out onto the floor. So the conclusion is the thing used its shape-shifting ability to reach up through the underside of the door into the fridge and sliced up the blood bags without ever needing to actually unlock and open the door to get the job done.
I could see that.
So basically did that to set up the more paranoia and getting everybody at each other's throats.
I could take that big question off the list. I wish I could see your guys' pretty faces.
Did it not work?
No.
Nope.
See, we totally.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there you are.
Toby Hooper was originally slated to direct and co-write the film before John Carpenter was attached. Hooper's version would have been drastically different, featuring an alien that did not shapeshift or assimilate, and following by an Ahab-like character named the Captain who goes on a quest to find and kill the Thing. Would have been more of a sequel/remake to the 51 film, with little influence from the book. Hooper also wanted the film to be a dark horror comedy with slapstick humor.
Which we got later on with Chainsaw 2.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Oh, good film.
But it actually worked for Chainsaw 2. I like that movie.
Yeah.
No, it totally works for that.
Caroline Williams is so hot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Even still.
Oh, yeah.
Check out her Instagram.
I follow her.
You guys all follow her? She has some premium content available too for you guys. Bobby, you guys can see Bobby's face right now. That's a fucking gilf and a half. Continue.
David Clennan's line, "You gotta be fucking kidding." Or wait,
I love
"You gotta be fucking kidding." Is Kurt Russell's favorite and never fails to make him crack up.
I still laugh at that.
Yeah, dude. It's great.
It's just like, really? This is it?
During the blood test,
anything else?
Palmer is the only one who doesn't visibly seem upset or agitated. More significantly, while Mac is potentially getting ready to set any of them on fire, he's not even looking at McCready.
Yep. There's a reason. Okay, wait. I'm going to do it here. I know, Johnny, you have questions, but gentlemen,
You're fine, bud.
Yes.
give me this scenario real quick. So we have Norris and Palmer. We find out we're infected. Tell me something. Could you say Norris was the one who had no idea he was infected, but could you say that Palmer knew? Just watch his attitude. Tell me something. Do you think Palmer knew he was the thing and Norris had no fucking clue?
You are literally becoming paranoid like the people in the fucking movie. That's how effective this fucking thing is.
Actually, listen. This comes into
seriously.
This is the next
because
thing I was gonna
Palmer
read.
had an attitude as to keep McCready outside. Why would he want to keep him outside? Do you all really believe? Like everybody else is like, bring him. Some people bring him in. Some people will let him out.
Bobby.
Palmer though was just.
Robert.
Wait, just listen. This is the next part I was going to read. When Windows freaks out and runs for a shotgun and the others chase after him, pay close attention to who is positioned where during the confrontation. Norris and Palmer, the only two present who are infected, are standing off to the side with Fuchs. They were suddenly trying to isolate Fuchs while the rest of the group was distracted, and though he's shown out of focus in the background, look at where Palmer's staring, directly at Fuchs. So, yes,
I'm
Norris
now going to have to
knew he was
rewatch
the
this
thing.
again tonight because I did not notice that.
Look at the paranoia. Like this, it's fucking insane.
Yeah.
This is what happens. You know, like I tell you guys every episode, you guys look too into it. Just let it be a fucking movie.
This is one of the movies
We're
where
talking about body position in a fucking scene.
Yeah, but it's Carpenter, dude. He does this shit for real. He does this
We're
shit
talking about the same
on
guy
purpose.
that made a $4 fucking mask, the most popular thing in the world.
Right. Dude's a fucking genius. And one of the best soundtracks in like one
you're right.
night.
You really think body position is that big of a deal?
I do.
Okay.
And there's more shit I'm going to bring up.
When it's foreshadowing.
That's even more minuscule that you guys probably already knows.
Palmer knew he was infected. Norris didn't. End of story.
I disagree.
Continue.
Oh.
I disagree because it's widely speculated that whenever the thing takes over somebody, it takes over every physical attribute that they have, including what would have been Norris's heart disease, and didn't realize it. That's why he has a heart attack.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay, so
a couple things more.
A couple more things.
Translation of what the Norwegian says. What he says translates to, get the hell out of there. That's not a dog. It's some sort of thing. It's imitating a dog. It isn't real. Get away, you idiots.
Oh.
And bam,
Yep.
shot in the head.
Also,
Everything's spoiled in the first minute.
the remains of the Norwegian base is actually the blown up remains of the American base. They just reused.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool as shit.
We don't have to build a new one, just use it.
So what did they do with the Millennium Falcon after they found it in the ice there?
I think Han came, picked it back up again.
Left it there.
They made that sweet little ice bed out of it. Anything else, Jay?
The flesh flower that attacks Childs from the dog, it's actually an incredibly detailed effect. Its petals are 12 dog tongues, complete with rows of canine teeth.
Yeah. It looks like a flower. I love that.
Oh, and by the way, I know I mentioned this in the chat, and a lot of our listeners may not know this, but the whole dog kennel scene was done by Stan Winston.
Bum, bum, bum.
It's a big puppet.
Yep.
And he did that
because
he was asked
really
to...
overworked. He was so overworked, he was living in the studio at the time.
Yeah, he said for what, 13 months, I believe?
Yeah.
Like he said he was there 7 days, slept there. They woke him up literally when they all came in to work. And I think he said he was there for like 13, 14 months, like legit.
That sounds about
Carpenter looked at him and said, "You're going to the hospital, please."
Yeah, at the end.
Yeah, at one point they did.
Yep. Sounds to the fucking infirmary.
Okay, but like I said, that's all. I have a shit ton more of notes that I just skipped over because
there's a lot for this movie.
There is a lot.
Right, just be flipping pages.
Oh, and by the way, there is a short story. As soon as I remember what it is, I will let you guys know. I'll post it in the Gore N More or whatever. But there is a short story that is told from the point of view of the Thing.
Really?
Yes. I have the book at home that it's part of. I'll let you guys know what it is. I can't remember right offhand.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Okay. All right, so that it, Chad? We're good for this one?
Yeah.
Johnny D, any big questions?
Well, Chad definitely, I'm not going to say, he definitely hit on a few of them, but that's okay. I got a few other ones in the bag.
Nice.
That was deep. But that felt good.
Oh, it felt really good.
All right.
Yeah, baby.
So, and I feel like a lot of these TJ's probably going to pee-pee slap me for looking too far into it.
You just pee-pee slapped me, so.
Okay, guys, I just looked it up. Sorry. It's called The Things, and it's written by Peter Watts.
Wow. Really ambitious on the title there, Peter.
Love it. All right. So when they found the burnt remains at the Norwegian base, why would they bring it back, having figured the Norwegians burned it for obviously some specific reason? So why would you?
Oh, that thing looks fucking weird. It's the only thing that looks kind of alive here. Let's bring it back.
Like that, right? I don't give a shit if you're a scientist or not. You wouldn't bring that back to a base with a bunch of other people to potentially contaminate them in a situation, no matter.
They had no clue. The only ones that were there at the time was a freaking helicopter pilot and a medical doctor. Had they
but to be fair, they all looked up to the helicopter pilot the most.
Had they taken Blair, who probably he probably just left it there and said, "I'm not touching this thing. Let's get the fuck out of here."
But
at that point,
I think Blair would.
But would have that made it really a difference?
No, because the thing was already at the base.
So none of this matters. You guys are looking too far into it. None of this fucking matters because the dog was already there.
Hey,
Johnny, give us a couple more questions.
But that may be the thing that actually infected Blair.
See, it's either that or which leads into my next question is how did the hell they get the giant dog body into that fucking lab? Because that hallway they were in was about 2 foot fucking wide.
I don't know.
That's one you just got to.
Maybe they took it outside.
Yeah, they probably took it out the outside and around.
Yeah, that's probably like some kind of garage door that opened up.
All right.
Because there had to be some way for them to get all the equipment in there too.
Right. That's fair enough. That's an easy one. So towards the end, when Knowles is walking away and then just gets killed apparently off screen, why would you guys think he doesn't say anything? Like the whole time he doesn't say anything to McCready. Like he's like, oh shit, Gary just got pulled off, or Gary's gone, or something. Like he doesn't say shit.
Pure shock because of what he saw,
or they're just numb to it by that time.
That, or like I said, if you saw what he saw his hand pulling skin off his face and dragging him away. That's not exactly something where you're like, fuck that. You're more like, what the fuck is this?
I love that absorption scene, dude. So one which is always an open-ended question, and we already kind of answered it with the whole video game, but if you don't personally consider the video game canon, do you gentlemen feel that either one of them would have been the thing at the end, or have been infected, I should say?
No.
And no.
Okay.
I personally think Childs is.
Okay. Childs is not the thing.
I know he's if you take out the video game, I think he is, and this is why. He has no warm breath coming out in that entire scene. However, fucking McCready is just like blowing like he just smoked a fucking vape pipe.
Yeah, that is true.
That was kind of
but
I don't know.
And I will say this. If you ask Carpenter still to this day,
he won't tell you.
No. I asked him because I saw him at a show last year. He looked at me and actually said this. I really don't know. He's like, I really don't know. I still couldn't even tell you, and I directed it.
Okay, but if you want to go by what the prequel set up, he's not the thing because he's still wearing an earring at the end.
Okay. But I don't go with the prequel because that was garbage.
Yeah, I don't go by that, but whatever.
Hey, if you guys remove the CGI, that film would be incredible.
It originally was all practical effects.
So, what do you guys think happened to Fuchs?
I think he burned himself.
I think he knew he was about to get absorbed or assimilated by the thing and killed himself to stop that from happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fuchs kind of like killed himself to save himself.
So just straight up suicide. I agree. Alrighty.
Because
And
no thing
then-
would burn you like that. So
Right. And then 2 random little ass questions. So there's a lot of times when the thing shows up, especially when it starts wisping out all the weird fucking like air whippers and shit.
Oh, I'm a big fan
There's
of
a
the air
s-
whippers.
Me too. There's a sound it makes that is very similar to another monster movie that we have reviewed. Do you guys have any idea
Oh,
what
that
could
like
possibly be?
the locust sound.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What's that from?
Pumpkinhead.
Pumpkinhead. Cicada, remember? We decided on this show alone. He is a cicada monster.
Okay, here's something that I think has never been discussed, and we should.
Pumpkinhead's the thing?
The
Yes.
thing pretty much exists as a single-celled organism.
Correct.
Why does it just go around spitting on people?
It does spit on people, though.
But yeah, it could just walk around just like hawk loogies and boom.
I don't know.
That would be a totally different movie at that point.
Yeah, that really would.
Did it touch you? I don't know.
But just think about that for a second.
Well, then in that case, the beginning of the movie, there should be an instant translation whenever the dog licks the dude in the face.
Yeah.
See, and that's where I thought he might have first got infected, but
I think it's because there's no definite form. So I guess it depends on the form it wants to take. Maybe. Think about it. It changes every time.
and then that actually leads into my last question. And I know some people don't necessarily like these, but I'm going to bring it up anyways. So we're going to do a versus round here. And Blob versus the Thing. Can the Thing... Do you guys think the Thing could imitate the Blob faster than the Blob could eat the Thing?
I think the Blob...
I've brought this discussion up to many different people before, and there is no definitive answer.
I think the Blob would just eat it, and it would get stuck inside of it.
I think the Blob would win. I think the Blob could dissolve the Thing faster than
I think
the
it's
Thing could
more
assimilate the
acidic,
Blob.
right? It's a faster dissolving than the other could absorb. I
Why
would
did
agree.
they make Alien versus Predator if this is the real movie we want?
Right? Blob versus the Thing.
Yeah.
They bring the preacher back at the end of the
And
new-
then
of
at the
80s
end,
Blob.
it's the stuff.
The stuff.
Like the
So it's
Blob's
the Thing
actually
versus the
hero.
Blob versus the stuff.
Oh my god, dude!
That would be interesting.
That is one slimy movie.
That is a filthy fucking movie.
I'm all about it, dude. Let's.
So I think we're all in agreement then that the Blob would probably win.
All right. Well, that's all my questions, gentlemen. Unless you got some.
Now, what if you pour a cup of the Blob into the stuff?
Would you eat it? Or if somebody would eat it?
Or would it just dissolve all the stuff? Or would
I'd
the
leave
stuff
the fucking
dissolve
town.
the Blob?
Stuff dissolved the Blob.
I'm picturing dumping them together.
Well, the stuff. If the stuff dissolves organic tissue, then I guess it. could.
Is the
But
Blob
Blob's not
organic?
the Blob is not organic.
I thought it was
The Blob is
organic. I
organic.
thought it was an.
It's a man-made thing.
Or what if
No,
they're
no,
all
no.
from the same
Yeah,
solar
no,
system?
No. In the remake, it was man-made. In the original, it was an alien.
Yeah. Either
Right,
way, it's not happening.
Yeah, but it was a man-made like organic organism.
Yeah,
dude.
either
That
way.
is
You know
not
what
an organic fucking organism.
It
okay?
is,
That
it's an
thing is not
organism.
fucking organic.
I mean? Well, all right. Then I'm saying it wrong. But
Did
neither
they
way.
sell it at Whole Foods?
Yes, they might. Never been there. I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
Okay, anyway. Douche of the movie.
Well, Chad and I talked about this. Go ahead, Chad. You tell him.
We originally said that Blair was the douche of the movie, but he may have been more of like trying to be the hero of the movie.
Was it Wilford Brimley because he was a dick and killed?
That's Wilford Brimley, yeah.
That is Blair.
Okay, he destroyed all their fucking communication.
See, but
equipment.
I don't think he did that.
It doesn't matter. It's still a dick move.
Compared to what?
You made a situation that's fucked is even more fucked.
So then who?
Yeah, but he's already saving humanity by just doing that, not allowing it to
27,000
reach out.
hours. I got nothing. I literally have nothing.
There is
Like-
no douche of the movie. The Thing is the dude. Is the douche.
The thing is the
But-
douche.
By the way, 27,000 hours is 1,125 days. It's roughly 3.08 years.
That's not a lot of time. If you think
Damn. You say that's not a lot of time?
it is for something like that.
For
And
entire
you have
film
no
to be
years
assimilated, that's
happening.
fast.
That's
Wait, say that again.
Say what again?
Wait, 27,000. When was that brought up?
When Blair was running the simulation.
Oh.
Of how fast it could assimilate the entire population of the Earth? I don't know, man.
Wow, really?
I don't know. How fast it assimilated them, I feel like on a mass thing, dude. Like it could assimilate faster, but you never know.
I'm sure that time could change. Like you just said, as fast as it got them, it could probably change. It probably just grows and grows and grows and grows. It no control.
Okay,
Right?
anyway.
I mean, they're using a 1982 fucking Mac.
Guys.
Speaking of which, wait, can I sidebar on this?
Of course.
I know
This
what
is
you're
the
gonna
first
say.
time there was Mac versus
I
Windows.
knew he was going to lead into that.
Okay, guys. So
80s too.
for the questions for your Gore N More official review, favorite kill. My favorite kill would have to be the head chomp.
Windows.
Windows.
Yeah.
That is
Yep. Then I'm in agreement with you, buddy, because that's mine as well.
It literally lifts them up.
It was glorious. I loved it,
I
dude.
can't argue with that. I absolutely agree with it too.
It just the whipping around of the fucking body and everything, dude. It was just so
And then on top of that, it's attached to the fucking couch.
Yeah.
right.
It puts its feet down and just stands up. Is the fire alarm going off right now? Or am I just...
What?
It is going off.
Okay. The fire alarm's going off. Red Dawn.
Oh, shit.
Real Swayze train there. Anyway. Bobby, favorite kill?
I love the Norris. I like that. That's maybe not a kill, but I love how the doctor gets his arms ripped off.
Okay, fair enough.
So that has to be that has to definitely be runner up for sure.
Karen's reaction to that scene was, "Whoa, that's pretty cool."
Like the kid, she's got good taste.
The kid kills me.
Chad, did you have that about your notes too? How they had a guy with stumps for arms come in and do that scene?
Yeah, it was in there. It was one of
That's how we did that in Vengeance.
They used a double amputee for that scene.
Did you know that, John?
They used amputee and then jelly arms.
Yeah.
Oh, in Vengeance, we did that as well. We had a guy who had no bottom half.
Ah, yes.
The scene when
They
the
had
guy's
to
crawling
glue
away.
a prosthetic to his face too of the doctor.
Yeah, so it looked like what's his name there?
Wilford Brimley.
No, it wasn't Wilford. Everybody is It's either just Wilford Brimley or Kurt Russell.
That
That's
should
all
have been
it is in
the
this
real
movie.
thing, is the simulation of Wilford Brimley.
You know what,
You
man?
shall all have
dating myself,
diabetes. What if this is the physical manifestation of diabetes?
It's stage 4.
This is stage
It very
4
well could be,
diabetes.
This is what he's been warning.
This
Dude,
is
imagine
what
if
stage
Wilford
4
Brimley-
diabetes
What
is.
if he was actually like immune to it because of all the insulin?
All I can think is now is like, dude, when Wilford Brimley was alive, if he did a diabetes commercial where acting from The Thing, that would have been fucking phenomenal.
It just goes in through the door and he's sitting there eating beans, shivering.
Right,
And it's
he's
like,
sitting there next to the noose and everything. He's like,
I've told them that I ain't the thing for 6 days now, and they still haven't listened to me. And it may be too late for me, but it's not too late for you to get your diabetes checked.
God damn it, that'd be so awesome. I want it so bad.
And after this can of beans, I'd like to introduce you to this new no prick blood sugar monitor. And he picks it up and he's just like, after a nice cold can of beans, I like to check my blood sugar.
Here's what I can tell you about that theory. He's still around, so it must be working.
Oh, Wilford Brimley's still alive?
Dude, he's 85. He was just at Monster Mania 2 years ago.
Wow.
No shit.
He kicked
I
diabetes
know he was
ass.
still kicking, dude. Holy cow.
Best scene. Okay. I want to say best scene. This is going to be really strange. Any outdoor shot. I'm just going to say it right now. Because, what is it? Dundee?
Cundy.
Yeah.
Cundy. Oh,
Cundy.
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 His cinematography is beautiful. And the visual, I have the remastered, nice scan of this film. And this film is beautiful. Beautiful in upscaled 4K. Fucking gorgeous.
Speaking
Makes you wanna
of
go
which, I just
snowmobiling,
want to
doesn't it?
interject real quick. Did you see they're having a beautiful 4 scan copy of
4K
of the director's cut of My Bloody Valentine.
Oh,
Yes.
Sarah's buying it for me
And
for
it's gonna be
Valentine's
wonderful.
Day. Because if you pre-order it in Amazon, it will come on Valentine's Day.
Nice.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
So will I, but for different reasons.
But yeah, they scanned it from the original negative, so no more of that shitty
So we get
spliced cut.
So we get the shower kill the proper way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you said outdoor scenes was your favorite scene.
Yeah.
I guess I'll jump
Visually,
in.
it's appealing to me.
No, dude, I love those shots, man. They are very nice. They just
It's the perfect way to establish setting and of isolation.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay, but save that for the cinematography question.
Yes.
I think my favorite scene is going to have to be the blood in the petri dish scene, dude.
Yeah.
That hands down is like the
blood test
most
scene was always my
unsettling. Like,
Okay, I got one question for you. Who's
Yeah,
sexier with a flamethrower, Sigourney Weaver or Kurt Russell?
Oh, Sigourney Weaver.
ooh, I don't know, man.
Who would you rather have with you?
Both. Why choose? Why
Ripley
choose?
or Mac Reddy?
Well, obviously Ripley, but I'm not saying I would say no to Mac Reddy. Who could?
Okay.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
I agree with that.
With
Now,
them
what if you
goggles
were
and
lost
that
in New
hat?
York? Who would you choose?
Oh, it's going to be Snake.
I think
If
I'm
I was
escaping
lost
from
in New
LA.
York, I would
but-
pick Macaulay Culkin.
Oh.
You don't even like Home Alone. What are you
No,
talking
I don't.
But no, man. go
Hey,
back to best-
you know what? But the CBC
What?
took out the Trump scene in Halloween and
Yes,
Home
they
Alone
did.
2. So those guys can
They
go
did?
suck a dick. They did. It's because Trump was fucking with Justin Trudeau so bad. The Canadian broadcast service took out the Trump scenes in movies.
Oh.
He's saying,
Who fucking gives a shit about the goddamn Canadians? I was gonna say, dude, I
Fuck
just
you,
watched it on
Justin
Disney
Trudeau.
Plus. It's still there.
Didn't that
Disney
guy
don't
get
give a
caught
shit,
doing
dude.
blackface like 3 times now? Like,
You know what's really funny is I have friends from Canada and they fucking hate Justin Trudeau.
he's such a fucking garbage politician.
What are you talking about, buddy?
Hey, sorry about that.
Buddy.
Anyway.
Okay, but yeah, going back to this, yes, I'm with John. The blood test scene was the best, and that was actually what sold John Carpenter on directing the movie. By the way, was the
Yeah?
blood
That's why
test
I
scene.
wanted to make it.
Yep.
Dude, it was so so that and the stomach scene alone, for some reason, but my timing is always a little bit off every time that shit goes down. I'm always expecting it like a second or two early. I don't know what it is. So like sometimes that blood petri dish, dude, even if I've watched it a few times, man, it still gets me, dude. Like
Yeah,
it's
it does.
great.
And I love how that's cut. They put it purposely in the scene early so you don't think about it if you've never seen it. And then it comes back later and screams out, and it's like you don't think that, oh, it's something coming up out of the arm, it's a fake arm.
Is that a butt
They
plug
cut
with
it in like
nipple
that.
clamps?
I do like how I can't remember what company it is, but they're actually going around. They're selling a little packaged petri
it
dish
is.
with red in it, and then just a little like 4 inches of a copper wire. I thought it was pretty awesome. I'm like, yo, I kind of hope I see that at fucking Monster Mania. Not that I couldn't make it, but if I see it, I'll totally pick that shit up.
I agree with you. The blood test scene is one of my favorites, and then my second one, the ending.
Yep, I wrote down 3. I wrote down the blood scene, the ending, because I always like a nihilistic ending, and obviously the defib scene, dude, just because that gave you the most like creature effects besides the very end.
You could
That whole
literally
fuck-
name any scene in this movie as being your favorite, and I would agree. That's how good.
That's
this
fair.
is.
That's fair.
My other, the opening with the dog, because it puts you kind of on edge already. Like, what the fuck? I'm shooting at a dog.
I don't agree with pouring your beverage into your computer though. I don't think that's good for that.
He does it so like nonchalant too.
Cheating,
Right? He's
bitch.
like,
Like if you did that, like if you were sitting at work and you were just like,
oh,
fuck, I lost. So you dump your fucking drink inside of the goddamn computer. They'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? And like
Right?
he's just like, fucking piece of shit. He just fucking dumps his fucking whiskey in there and then walks away.
I like how he even says cheating, bitch.
Yeah.
that's literally the equivalent of a kid that throws a fucking controller that gets pissed
Or
at
puts a
you.
piece of bologna in an Xbox.
What?
I can't.
Yeah.
That's a childhood thing. Can't tell you about it. Let's just say when I was younger, I had an Xbox, so my brother put bologna in it.
What a dick.
I know.
I want to slap him just for that.
The sensor does not react well to a bologna slice. Anyway, everyone answer best scene. Did the opening scene hook you in?
So.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's fantastic.
Beautiful panning shots.
Oh, beautiful panning shot. Beautiful. Okay, everyone agrees on that?
Yeah.
Best tits, hottest girl, Kurt Russell.
Keith David.
Kurt Russell.
I'm going to have to go Keith David, man. Sexual chocolate.
Come on, we need a little bit of diabetes in here.
Yeah? You go well.
He wants Wilford Brimley. Okay. Did the score set the mood, motherfuckers?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I own that.
Hell yeah.
I own several copies of it. So, yeah, it absolutely sets the mood.
I could listen to that. I could listen to that score all day.
Yeah.
Nice.
And my the 2011 remaster, I think it was a 2011, not 2000.
Say that again?
2011 is autographed by the producer, Alan Howarth.
Yeah.
Nice.
How?
Oh, you have it? Yours autographed too?
No, but I know about it. I don't have the autograph though.
Okay, guys. So,
best song.
Superstitious.
Superstitious. Yep.
That too.
Perfect.
I mean, come on.
Favorite character? Is everybody just going to say Mac Reddy?
Nope.
No.
Okay, well, I'm not going to say Mac Reddy. I'm going to have to go with Childs.
Ooh.
I did like Childs.
Like him calling out on Mac Reddy shit.
Fuck you, Mac Reddy.
Yeah.
Personally, I like Windows, man.
Really? I always pegged you as a Mac guy.
I like McGrady, but I also want to give a fair argument to Gary.
Ooh.
For making that shot with a fucking revolver at that distance.
Right. That was a good fucking headshot, man.
That was great.
A broken window. That was this fucking big.
I like how he even called him out on it. He's like, I was wondering when he was going to pop gun.
So
that was,
Gary's
dude.
pretty badass too.
I would go with Knowles. I give Knowles a little credit.
Okay.
Yeah?
Hey, he got to cook the food, man.
Although Palmer Thing did have the best line of the whole movie.
Oh,
you gotta be fucking
kidding. I don't know, man. I did like Keith David's line every time he kept bringing up this voodoo shit. That always made me laugh a little bit.
Like 3 times. But
I'm talking about this voodoo shit.
Nah, you got to be fucking kidding. Still
Okay, so
yeah.
Everybody favorite character?
Yeah.
Okay. Was it scary? Absolutely.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah.
It's yep.
Yeah. Still makes me
Paranoia,
jump.
the isolation, all
Does it hold up today?
Also, yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Better than the 2011 one does.
Easy there. Was the acting good or bad?
Fantastic.
Incredible.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Especially Wilford Brimley.
Did you like the cinematography?
Absolutely.
I believe we said we did, but you know what? Who doesn't love those?
So let's talk about Kunde. This guy does some amazing work, like some really truly amazing work. And as I mentioned earlier, with some of the more establishing shots of the setting, some of those more wider, okay, we're in Antarctica type shots. It's really nice, and some of the more wide angle stuff is really well done. But also inside has a like level of claustrophobia that you know that this isn't that big of a facility. So, you know, there's that aspect of it. And he just does it really well because everything always fits in the frame. And if you watch this on a modern television, the framing of this film is strange to begin with. But I think that's just a John Carpenter thing.
Are you talking about like the fade-ins out? Like they almost made it?
No, I was talking about the actual framing of the film and the way it was filmed.
I mean, the widescreen?
Yeah. The specific format ratio that was used is very specific to this film.
Yeah. Carpenter personally wanted that for this.
Yeah, that's how I assumed as much. It's very well done. The film, with the budget that was made on, did a really good job. And, you know, Carpenter didn't really hold back. And the fact that he utilized some of his best people on this, that just goes to show.
I'd also like to add in, you're talking about the established shots and the outside shots. One of the tricks that he did that I really love is you notice that whenever it's showing the helicopter coming in chasing after the dog, you never get just a partial shot of the helicopter. Every frame, that helicopter is shown in its entirety.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like you
It's
don't
true.
get like just the cockpit or just it. You get the entire helicopter in every frame.
That's true.
There was one review on this movie, and Carpenter's talked about it, that they called him the pornographer of terror because of this movie.
That killed
Pornographer
him.
of terror. What does that say? That is just wonderful.
That's an awesome title right there.
But that just tore him apart, hearing him called a pornographer. Like that. That's why he didn't make a movie for a couple years after that.
You got to remember, horror filmmakers are a step below porn and a step above porn and a step below Hollywood lawyers. Horror filmmakers.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So hearing something like that's just like, you suck, you jackass. Okay, so do you guys like the premise?
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
Cinematography's all good to you, by the way, as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So this is definitely a rewind.
Oh god, yeah.
Oh, for sure.
For
No
days.
doubt.
Rewind.
They tried to essentially reboot it, and it fucking tanked. So no, we're gonna go back to 1982 and enjoy that.
So
I feel like it wouldn't have tanked if they would have kept the practical effects versus CGI.
Bingo.
I agree. Because the deaths in itself, like, were still pretty sweet, but yeah, they needed.
If you go back and just watch it, story
It's filmed
it's
not. It's not
bad.
filmed badly. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not terrible, but in aspect of this movie, yeah, it's garbage.
That's pretty much it.
So guys, rating 5 out of 5.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Put a 10, God damn it. Put a 10.
Are we all just gonna say perfect?
10 out of
This
5.
is
He
the most
says.
perfect of even our perfectly scored movies.
Okay.
I would put this above Alien.
Above Lost Boys?
Ooh.
Yes.
See, I'm gonna say that's contention for me. I think Alien's just a step above.
Yeah,
the thing
just a
for me.
skosh.
That's a tough one for me because
Is
I
Alien-
You're
Alien's
telling me
the
this is
perfect-
better than Lost Boys? The nostalgia
Yes.
factor of Lost Boys alone.
Yes.
I love Lost
Dude,
Boys.
Lost
but
Boys.
I love this a
listen,
little bit more.
I wasn't even here for the Lost Boys review. Lost Boys isn't even in my top 10.
Fuck
So
yourself.
I'm gonna say that right there.
It's one of them quintessential 80s movies, and it's like one of Feldman's best work.
Personally, I like Near Dark better, and I think it's way more
Bill
underappreciated.
Paxton
That is on the
fanboy. You
schedule,
Bill
buddy.
Paxton fanboy.
I love Bill Paxton. Yes.
Johnny, I'm right there with you, man. Bill Paxton's the fucking man.
Was.
God rest his soul.
There we go.
Speaking of Bill Paxton, I just saw what the hell movie was I just watching with him the other day?
Game Over, man.
What was the one with Tom Cruise? Like it was like a video game. Live, Die, Repeat? No. What the hell was Edge of Tomorrow, right? That was actually pretty fucking good, dude. Never seen that till the other day.
Yeah.
And I guess they're making a sequel to that.
Yeah,
as well.
Brink of Yesterday.
I love it. They better fucking call it that now, goddamn.
God, I'm not seeing it.
Oh, I forgot to bring up because we mentioned Keith David. Have any of you gentlemen played Saints Row 4 or
No.
at all?
No.
Also, John, we're going to utilize this time for you to tell everybody that this has nothing to do with the film Harbinger Down.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so I'll go back to Keith David in a second. Harbinger Down. I did watch it this started watching last night, finished it this morning. A lot of people say it has something to do with the Thing universe per se. No, I didn't take it like that at all. It is a love letter to the Thing, that is for sure. This gentleman clearly loves the Thing probably as much as we do, maybe even more so, because he set out to make a movie essentially homaging it.
Right.
There's a lot of nods to the Thing. I wrote down a few notes. For one, it starts in 1982. So there's a little bit of a thing, a little bit of a nod. And there's a Russian pilot capsule that's going over the polar caps. So I'm like, okay. The creature in itself is a shape-shifting creature. It's all connected piece by piece. So essentially the monster it's got all the same attributes, but it's still not the same monster. This one being...
We're only mentioning this for one gorehound, and that's for Joseph Gallo, who thinks that this
there's
film...
other people that think this shit.
I
too.
never thought it was. I just heard it from him, and that's what I assumed it was.
I've heard that besides just from him, but I finally just wanted to take a movie. Like I said, there was tons of nods to the Thing in it.
And you can nod things all day. Well, then in that case, in Friday the 13th Part 6 and Jason Goes to Hell is a part of every fucking franchise that's ever existed.
Well, why can't it be?
Oh, well, I want it to be.
In a multiverse theory, anything could be.
In a multiverse theory,
connected.
Jason Goes to Hell is the best Friday film.
So they're going to bring in Jason Goes to Hell and Doctor Strange, and then we're going to see
I hope so. Well, it is the multiverse of madness.
That's
this
right.
Is still going to go over somewhat well.
But the one big thing I will say, the difference with this movie clearly stating that it's not anything to do with it is they say that these are like this entity or whatever has mutated from like mutated water bears, which
what's a water bear?
Tardigrades.
The water bear, the real name is
Tardigrade.
Tardigrade. Yep. Thank you, sir. And so like the Russians were fucking with them. They like got cosmic energy or radiated or some bullshit, blah, blah, blah. And then it became quote unquote this version of the Thing, to where we know John Carpenter's, that's just straight up a fucking alien. So right then and there has nothing to do with either of it. But going back to, I wanted to bring back up to Saints Row 4 with Keith David. Keith David's in this game, and the series gets so ridiculous. By the end of the fourth game, you're the president of the United States. Keith David is your vice president, and it's Keith David playing himself. And it's fucking awesome. And so some shit goes down. Earth gets destroyed. So you're like up in space on the space station. So for some reason or another, it's kind of like an open world kind of a setup where you can like go talk to your characters on the spaceship and shit. Well, you have the ability to seduce all the people in the game, except for when you try to seduce Keith David, he never fucking does it. And if you try it like 10 times, they finally give you an achievement for like trying to, but Keith David's just too smooth. He's like, he doesn't go against it or some bullshit.
Okay, now is there a 15-minute fight scene where you try to get a pair of sunglasses on Keith David?
I feel like there is.
Really?
I feel like they might have referenced that too.
Well, now we got to go play it.
Dude, it's been a while. Listen, the Saints games are great. In the third one, they have fucking, oh my God. They got Burt Reynolds in it, dude, and he's playing the mayor of the city. And it's fucking great. And he's just Burt Reynolds. He's just himself. It's fucking great, dude. But off of that bullshit, anybody else got anything cool to talk about? Anything sweet horror? Anything delicious?
I think we should discuss the Morbius trailer that hit today.
Fucking incredible.
Bobby, did you watch it yet?
I did not get a chance.
Boo. Fail.
I like the fact
fuck off
that they kept the Morbius look secret to like the very last second or so of the preview, where you actually get like the more red-eyed, white-skinned vampire look from Morbius. Bobby, this takes place in the MCU.
Legit.
There's a scene where Morbius is walking down an alley. Behind him is a poster of Spider-Man, and somebody wrote murderer across it.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And in one scene of the trailer, he walks past Michael
Vulture.
Keaton, the Vulture.
I will be watching this when we are done.
Hell yeah, you are.
So this would technically be the first horror movie set in the MCU.
Not filmed first, though. New Mutants is technically...
That's not in the MCU.
We don't know for sure.
It does not take place in the MCU.
See, now this is where all the arguments are going to think, because if they retcon anything, could you say almost Venom could be it? If Venom 2 includes, Well,
Venom's not exclusive to a particular universe.
And I don't know that you can really qualify Venom as horror, whereas this is a vampire movie. This is more horror themed.
Just because it's R-rated, and I think it's only R-rated for language and, the head-biting scene.
I personally haven't seen Venom yet. I don't know why I haven't seen it, but I just assumed it was a little bit more of a horror-esque.
It was I actually enjoyed Venom.
Yeah? Yeah. I do want to watch it. It's just on the back burner.
I still have to watch it too, so there you go.
Also, who died, Chad?
Oh, you want to bring that up since you pulled up the article to show me?
Oh shit!
Brink Stevens just passed.
Oh shit!
Recollect my memory,
Stevens? No, it wasn't.
Was it? Wait.
No, it's not. Brandon Scott Murphy posted it.
I thought it was... No, Julie Strain, sorry.
Julie Strain.
I know it was one of the B movie queens. Sorry, my apologies. Brink Stevens is still alive. It was Julie Strain.
I was gonna say she'll be on the Power Hour in a couple months, and you'll be like, "Chad said you died."
She wouldn't be the first celebrity that's heard that.
Yeah. And we are back after another attack from the FBI. Chad's kids are snorting dog food, and yeah. But anyway,
they aren't the first or the last.
Yeah, I think that's all for the horror news we have for you guys this week. And pretty much stay tuned till next month, I guess, for our new show. But
yeah, we literally just came up with the idea today, so we're still going to hammer out the details.
Let us workshop it.
Hot off the presses.
Hot off the presses. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining us for another exciting episode of the Gore N More podcast.
Before we sign off, nobody mentioned what our movie is next week.
Dum dum dum.
Reanimator.
HP
Lovecraft.
Beauty right over there.
Nice.
Cat dead. What is it? The fuck's the sign say? God damn it.
Wow.
Oh well.
Oh, was it
a little sticky note he wrote? It's like cat dead. Fuck.
I can't remember either.
We'll talk about it next week.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next week. Next week we got Reanimator, guys. Thank you for joining us. This is your Lejos with Lemos signing off.
You're a Dark Lord of Knowledge, Chad, saying, see you later, bitches.
This is Big Johnny D saying, see you later, Gorehounds.
Your killing machine, Bobby and Moon, saying, I'll kill you fuckers later.
Oh, I love it.